Everybody draw 4.
Woohoo! Hey, John.
Yeah, what's up?
Nice seeing you not in the camper. You look much more stable today.
Yes, and I have good Wi-Fi.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
4 cards now. Switch page.
Unless somebody has strong objections, I'm going to start you in media res.
In what?
That means in the midst of the action.
Oh, shit.
Do I go whack somebody already?
What?
I gotta play immediately.
Perfect. We'll play immediately.
Disappearing book.
Nice.
Send a message to Freddie on the boards and tell him -1 book, because I know nobody in this group has a book, so then it affects the group overall, and they've got books to burn. So
I like that Freddie's constantly like having a fucking heart attack because every time we game, he loses shit.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. This is in a lot of games and stuff that are out there. It's all about accumulating as much shit as possible. In this game, you're constantly losing shit, even if you're not playing. Your shit's going away. It's like, but I don't have any shit. Somebody else has shit. I want their shit.
I have an insta hero point too. I gotta put in.
Cool. Nobody else has any other reds? Okay. You go ahead and play your instant hero.
That seems like a wise choice.
All right. Now, who has been to Voris before?
I haven't.
Well, yeah. TJ,
Boris. I
Please
may have been there. I believe I have been there.
You got a PI license, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Oh, I do.
Excellent. What's that?
Refresh my memory with Boris. Is that the lizard people?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been there.
Okay. So, hold on. I got to put up a picture of a slee stack because I don't know if Vincent knows what they look like.
I looked a little bit on the wiki, but I don't really have a good idea.
Always claim ignorance if you're not sure. It's for the best. Pictures. That way also you don't have to do any embarrassing retractions later when people are like, you said you know what this was. You don't go, well, I lied. All right. This is what Slee Stack looked like. I'm loading the picture up onto Roll20. I should just leave it up there. It's next to the horse stack. So you guys are sitting across from one who's sitting at a desk. Where the horn on top of the head is, then he's got hair that goes all around it, and he's smoking a cigarette. For those who have been in the PI, John, do you have a PI license?
Yes.
Do either of you have a driver's license?
No, I don't think I have a driver's license. No.
Oh.
Tim, does your character have a Voracian driver's license?
I've never heard of anyone being asked for a driver's license in this game. No,
all
so
right.
yeah, no, nobody that I'm aware of has one.
Both John and Tim, give me luck rolls. Let me know who gets lowest.
All right.
Got PI license. The smoking slee stack says, it's good of you to come in. All right, so Tommy Barlow, we have your driver's license here. I need you to sign for the vehicle.
Okay, thank you.
What is it doing here?
Oh, the thing was fixed, so you don't have the 2 other things to click anymore on the character sheet.
Oh shit.
Yeah, now it's click once and it goes.
Okay, and then you figure out the math yourself.
No. Well, you could, but or what you could do is if you look in, hold on, let me call up a character sheet so I can see it here.
Yeah, I kept hitting the button, and I'm like, where the fuck is my little window?
Do you see up at in the black thing where it says multiplier modifier? in the black bar where it says
Yes.
if you change the modifier, for example, to 20, and then click fast draw pistol.
Aha.
But the bad thing, the reason that there's writing really, really big on the thing that says you have to change the modifier back is if you forget to change the modifier back, then all your shit will be at plus 20.
Right. Makes
One
sense.
roll, and then you got to change it back.
That makes sense.
And it's going to be super easy now to roll shit. You only have one click, and it rolls. You
Awesome.
catch all that, John?
Yeah, I just figured. I kind of noticed that. I was like, wow, I didn't have to click twice.
Yeah. All right. So
Who's the guy who got the license from? Is that the?
You have a Voras driver's license. I'll type in Voras so you know how to spell it. There you go. That way, in case the local police stop you for any reason, you'll have a driver's license and such. But since you have a driver's license, then we'll go ahead and issue you the car, and you'll sign for it and be responsible for any damages you do to it. What's your name? He says, pointing to the other guy he doesn't know.
Vincent Vega.
Okay. He has you write it down stuff. He says, we'll get you a PI license. For now, you can work under these two who have PI licenses and such, as you know, you're going to be going on a case.
Look at the other gentleman. I was like, look, I'm pretty sure I know you guys, but I just can't place it. What's your guys' names?
I'm Henry Young. I run the Young Detective Agency here.
No, I'm talking about my companions here.
Oh, I don't. Well, that's Colburn, and the other guy apparently is Vincent Vega.
I did see Colburn before I played. Yeah, we did.
Yeah, for a real short bit there, we hung out. What was your name again? Just a refresher.
Tom.
That's
or Tommy.
Let me go around the table since I just realized that you guys are relatively new to each other. John, please describe Tom to the party briefly.
Tom is your kind of outdoorsman. I do have a description.
Yep.
If you guys had seen the picture on Anytime, Anywhere, that's pretty much him. He's 6 foot, medium build, outdoorsman, wears usually black BDU pants with the BDU pants, thigh pockets and stuff like that. Gray flannel shirts. Usually have a bomber jacket, 5 o'clock shadow beard.
Got it.
Stuff like that.
TJ, could you describe Colburn, please?
So pretty much, my guy looks just like the picture I too have up in the group thing for my avatar. He looks like a firefighter, with the one exception that half of his face, most of his face and head, and or if you ever get to see the rest of him, really gnarly burns on him, like old burn scars.
And Vince, could you describe Vincent?
Well, my character has blackish brown hair, pretty laid back, look like usually in casual clothes, black watch.
What is your version of casual clothes? It is drastically different for some people.
Oh yeah.
I've been to Walmart. I know what people think is casual.
True. Horrifying.
So he's wearing one-piece spandex that he has stretched from his ass all the way up over his shoulders.
Okay,
Yeah.
not as casual as
And
I
Crocs.
Alright, let me rephrase that casual part. He has a suit and usually a tie.
Oh, this is totally not casual.
Yeah, I know.
You're the best casual dressed guy of your class. Oh my god.
Sometimes has a pendant where the tie would go.
All right. Got it. Is he reminiscent of Vincent Vega? Would he be very much looking like Vincent Vega?
Yeah, let's just say that.
All right, good deal.
TJ, and what you were just talking about, if because I don't make the character yet, because I know how you get with channel surfing characters, and I want you to keep the same one for a while because it pays off in this campaign. But should your current character ever die, I just came up with a new character concept I can describe in 2 words to you, and you'll totally get it. Florida man. No, all right. So anyway. Anyway,
a lot of people are going with their old characters from way back in the day. There's a huge temptation to bring Razvan Octavian back.
Oh yeah, or Norse, son of the great Norse. I still remember him. I just remembered. Now I know 2 of you been in this.
Before we start, Logan, quick question. Mm-hmm. You might want to restart your timer.
Oh no, it's at 42 minutes.
He started talking. Oh, you know? Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
All right. So now, Vince, write down you picked up 2 new cards, tarot cards.
What are those? Tarot cards.
Tarot cards. Just make a note somewhere, and you'll end up giving them to somebody else, and then they'll give them back to you when they've been magicated and shit. Right. I'll explain all that later. I will copy paste for you, and just make a note of this star and the Knight of Swords. Normally, if I had more time to deal with it, I'd show you cool pictures and stuff of all of it, but we just don't have time because I want to be sure you guys can go out and wander around and shit. Ask your parents to buy you a tarot deck and tell them it's for the game. They love hearing that sort of thing. Believe me, all parents like their children to dabble in the occult.
Be aware, his dad is Ralph.
Oh, good point. He may already have a tarot deck. Ask him if he's got a white tarot deck that you can look through sometime.
I wouldn't be surprised if he did.
Neither would we. That's why I said white tarot deck. Anyway, so
moving right along.
Moving along to the briefing.
Oh, shit.
All right. He says, now, here's your case that we've got for you. There's Dr. John Sinclair. He is the county coroner in Burlington. He needs some help. Drowning victims in Lake Champlain are not unusual, nor is it unusual for such victims to wash ashore in various stages of predation. The number of such victims has been unusually high in the past year, 10 in the last 10 months, 1 per month. The last case, however, demanded unusual attention. The victim has been identified as Roberta Eclair. By the way, I know that her name is spelled differently in this. I've changed it to Eclair, and everybody else seemed to like that because it's funny and easier to spell than that. She is the wife of a local councilman. Mrs. Eclair vanished 2 days before her body was discovered while she was walking her dog Scamp near the shores of Lake Champlain. Scamp turned up the next morning, dragging his leash at his home. While Mrs. Eclair's body was mostly intact, large bits were missing, including a couple of limbs. She wasn't in the water long enough for decomposition to have accomplished this. Something sectioned her. The coroner is, because of Mrs. Eclair's social prominence, under considerable pressure to figure out what actually happened to her, unlike the prior itinerants and ne'er-do-wells who had preceded her and who will not be greatly missed by society. So we've been hired to get out there and find out what's going on.
All right. Let's do
You
this.
should be able to, we've provided in the car that we're going to be providing, there are maps on how to get there. Hopefully they will be clear.
One piece of detail you left out there, Harry. Henry. Sorry. The councilman. What is his name?
That would be Mr. Eclair.
Does Mr. Eclair have a first name?
Jeff.
Excellent. How long ago did this occur? Just recently?
Within the last couple of days.
Okay.
Now we're going to teach you, Vince how to work a crime scene. And do an investigation. Skills that he probably hasn't been called upon so far in his short life to do, hopefully.
You had to track down a killer of any of your friends yet there, Vincent?
No.
All right, excellent. This will be fun for you.
I didn't know if he had some sort of Hardy Boys thing going or 3 investigators or anything like that.
Yeah, no.
No long walks down a railroad track, none of that yet? All right.
Well, I know that you know, he can always say to you guys, stand by me or something. So, anyway, as a movie. Anyway, moving on. Your car's parked outside. He gives you the car keys. The maps are in the glove compartment. Any questions?
John, do you want to take the lead on that?
No, let's get on. Let's go on with it.
Here's $100 in advance. Actually, he gives you $150 because that's the first day of pay for each of you guys. Keep receipts for reasonable costs. We'll reimburse you.
So we just split. Is that 3 ways?
There's $50 each of you.
There we go.
All right.
Like I said, just keep careful receipts, and that money will be reimbursed to any survivors.
All right, Colburn, you want to hold the money?
We could split it up 3 ways. That's fine.
All right.
To start with. That way,
You
in case
notice
we get
that the money looks a lot like dollars, except it's blue, and instead of some old dead white dude in the middle, it's got some weird slee stack guy in the middle.
You said we got $50 a piece, you said?
That's right. Yeah, so on your sheets, make note of it as slee stack bucks.
Yep.
Yes, Vince, there are many different kinds of money in the campaign. You will have to keep track of many different currencies. You may end up making your own born identification box and stuff like that, where you've got all kinds of different currencies and shit in there. Logan in real life has his own fucking different currencies and shit. Yeah.
All right, so you guys ready to rock?
Can we?
No, but not you could, but not here.
Do you have a conceal permit there, Tom?
You know what? We were supposed to be getting them. I don't know if Henry.
Yes. Do you have one already?
I was waiting on mine. Yep.
Yep. Here's yours, Tom, and you've got yours already. We'll put you in for a Vincent will put you in for a driver's license, concealed carry permit, and a PI license.
I don't have a license yet.
Here's yours.
I have a PI license, but not a license.
Here's your concealed permit, and we're working on your driver's license.
I've already got a concealed permit. Just need a license.
Actually, give me a luck roll. Maybe he's come up with that by now.
Can I I'll get my weapons out of the locker now?
Yes, he says, don't keep anything else in the lockers. We've had reports of thefts of lockers, so we're discontinuing those here. It's not a laughing matter. It's just happened recently. We've never had any problem in the past.
Maybe we need to investigate that.
He says,
success.
Here's your driver's license. Good luck. Remember, there's a $2,000 deductible on the vehicle, but if you trash it, we'll start just buying shitty cars for you instead, and then take that out of your pay instead of the $2,000 deductible.
Your hit points are equal to your essence, correct?
Willpower.
Willpower, got it. All right.
Please get out of my office, says Henry.
Please.
You go now. Go to car. Drive away.
All right.
He folds his 2 3-clawed hands and looks at you guys.
Let's go gear up.
You guys leave his office. He looks as relieved as a big black-eyed sleestack can. He goes back to work. I wish I could pick up things easier, he says. Anyway, where do you guys want to go to tool up?
The
Councilman's house.
they got lockers here.
It looks like they're all empty unless you personally left something in them.
Damn it! Are you sure?
Yeah, everybody else took their shit out.
Okay. Right. Shit. Where can I get a? Where can I get a? I want to get a rifle of some kind.
You might be able to check one out of the armory or something like that, but it'd be very unusual to have the PI office issue a fucking rifle to somebody. By the way, the only unusual gear that I'm aware of anybody carrying around is Colburn has a large backpack on, and he carries a tuba case. I think
is it a
trumpet case? And I believe Tom, are you wearing a backpack of shit around?
Yeah.
And Vince, I think you probably just have a suit on at this point.
Yeah, I have like a few shoulder holsters, but that's about it.
Yeah, your gear is whatever you had before. So.
Yeah.
Is everybody packing firearms except for Colburn? Vince, you have a gun?
Yeah, I have my pistol.
Oh,
okay.
The one from the last adventure. He's walking around with a 38 or something like that.
Yeah, I think it was 38.
38, 9mm, somewhere in there. Okay, cool. It's a D8 gun, yeah?
Yes.
Fires angry D8s at people. Cool.
Got it.
Yeah, you're not sure what the laws are here or what will happen to you if you're caught with it and without a license to carry it. So be alert.
Awesome.
Yay.
Woo! Right. All right. Yeah. Let's head out. I get into the back seat of the car.
Right. It's a blue sedan 4-door. It is a pretty plain car. It looks like it's kind of 80s technology and stuff. So they've got metal bumpers that you can smash into shit rather than the made to disintegrate crumple bumpers.
I throw my bag in the back with me. I offer to take Tom's bag, put it in the back with me.
Sure.
Yep, put it in the back with me.
He's making
I hand the map to Vincent and pat him on the back and go, navigator, and then I sit in the back.
Yeah.
So Vincent's saying shotgun and Tom is driving. Tom, the parking lot's a bit kind of close in with cars that are parked pretty close to each other and stuff. I need you to give me a drive roll to escape the parking lot and set out, hopefully in the correct direction. Otherwise, you'll have to do a dramatic U-turn and shit.
All right. The fun begins.
The fun begins. Are you wanting to drive normally, extra carefully, or?
I'm driving carefully. Looking over my shoulder. Pulling out nice and slow.
Sure. Give me a drive roll plus 20%.
Well, but plus 20, I made it.
Yeah, good. Take a check in your driving. You're driving like an old person. And you guys heading off. Vince, you've got a map. Go ahead and give me a navigate roll. It's clearly marked where you're going and where you're starting from. And then there's all multicolored lines, almost like somebody dropped spaghetti in it. And you have no idea what the hell any of it means. It's just completely confusing. You're moving a map around. You have no idea where you're going.
Here.
quickly becomes obvious to everybody as you direct them to go pretty much around the block while you're
Are we
trying to
back in the same parking lot we started in?
Yeah.
Damn
It
it.
doesn't look like anybody knows where you're
Get in the
going.
back seat.
All right.
I switch out. I get into the navigator seat.
All right. Give me a navigate roll there, Colburn.
Now that we're back in the parking lot, let's start this over. All right, let's see. Land nav.
I don't need any more drive rolls until later there from TomTom. You're good to go for a while, assuming unless something wild happens.
There we go.
All right.
And we're off.
Cut to Burlington.
Yay.
It's not the Burlington that you guys have seen before. This is a large town with a population of a couple 22,000 people. It sits on a lake. It's a port town. They've got barges and shit that go on the lake. And yeah, it looks like kind of a normal town. Here, I'll give you a picture of it as you're driving through it. This is the kind of town that whenever people are getting ready to have kids, they want to move to. And as soon as the kids are old enough to escape it, they move the fuck out.
Hey, sounds like here.
Mm-hmm.
I'll see a picture.
Here you go. It's much like where you're currently living at, Vince.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Believe me, I was brought up in a little small town, and I went to fucking Istanbul. It's much bigger there. So, anyway. Fuck small town living. Anyway, so you guys are driving around. Normal little town. People seem like everybody here is a slee stack. You guys are pretty much the only humans you see. You do see one guy that you thought was a human, but he has literally 4 eyes. He's not wearing glasses. He has 4 eyes.
Speaking of 4 eyes, let me make glasses.
Yeah.
Glasses.
That's a spirit.
You see the reflection through my glasses.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
There's nothing we can do about that other than get you either Lasitech surgery or contact lenses, and I am unwilling to put down the money to remove the glare from either.
No worries.
Yeah. And my face is shiny, so everything's fine. Anyway.
All right. So we are heading. Where do we want to go right away, TomTom? Do we want to go? Did it say we're supposed to meet with someone, or are we going straight to the coroner?
You mentioned the councilman's just the husband, the lake. We can maybe get a newspaper, see what's going on in the town. If any other reports recently happened.
Good start on current events. I like that idea. I think we should put off the lake for a little while. Hit as much info as we can before we go where the monster is. Is there a general store in this town?
Absolutely. They don't have a Walmart that's sucked up all the little businesses and stuff yet. So they've still got all the little businesses. And people can convince themselves they like going 20 different places for shopping.
Mm-hmm.
You guys want to pull into a general store to buy a newspaper? Or?
Yeah.
Sure. It's so cheap, it's basically free. You pick up a couple local papers. All the news seems to be about Mrs. Eclair dying and stuff. And some of the newspapers are saying, could it be the work of the beloved Champ? Now, there's a lot of Champ stuff. No. Scamp is the dog. Champ is something a little different. Let me show you an example of one of the many signs, because you are deep in the home of Champ. Here's another.
Ooh, here we go. Local legend.
Exactly. It's apparently some sort of big sea monster that lives in the lake or something. And it's kind of like their local Loch Ness monster type deal. And they market the fuck out of this.
Okay.
almost every business has something to do with the Lake Champlain, or Champ, something like that, everywhere. It's apparently tourists come here for this. And looking around the town, not for anything else you can see, although this is looking like it's not a major commercial hub, but it's kind of a secondary commercial hub. But Champ is big enough that they've got signs. Even in the friggin' general store, you can buy Champ kits, stuffed plush Champs, Champ calendars, etc.
Cool.
Yeah, on the Champ calendar, it's called 12 different blurry shots of something that could be a log or other, type deal.
Okay. Let's see. Let me. Can you switch back to the other page, please?
On it.
Thank you.
Chunk.
Play this here.
The Slee Stack seem rather fond of their local sea monster legend, and awesome. It definitely seems to be bringing in tourists and stuff. Yeah, even now there's various tourists and whatnot wandering around taking pictures of pretty much everything and everyone, as though they have no real self-control, but their old-timey cameras and stuff are just doing.
Can I roll my Slee Stack monster lore?
Are you talking like cryptozoology or Slee Stack lore in particular?
Slee Stack monster lore.
Oh, by the way, everybody give me Sandy rolls toward Slee Stack, as you are literally in a world of Slee Stack.
I've seen these guys before, so I still roll sanity
until you get it maxed out.
Okay.
If you make it, it's 1. If you're Vincent, roll a d6. Low is what you're probably wanting.
Yay.
Hey, so everybody takes 1 point toward Slee Stack. It maxes at 12. If it's not already on your character sheet, just add that to it. Was it explained to you about how to put Sandy losses on your character sheet, Vince?
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
You explained that.
Eventually, when you get it maxed out, if I ask for a Sandy roll for whatever, you go, it's maxed out, which means that your character no longer gives a shit. He's not worried about it at all. It's like after you live through the George Romero's Day of the Dead or whatever, you see a zombie, you're not going to lose it anymore. You're like, another one. Great. I've seen thousands of these.
How do you spell Slee Stack?
Here, I'll type it for you. Max is 12.
Okay. And each time we get it, we get a point for it?
Yes, normally.
Okay.
And yes, seeing some things like a Slee Stack wearing Crocs, for example, it should be an extra Sandy roll, but it's not.
Okay, so I'm going to play a card on this. Yeah. Going to try to play a card on this. Hopefully it'll go somewhere on the page. Damn it. All right. Yeah. Fuck out of my hand. All right. How big do I have to make this fucking page for you to go away?
Try making the page really small and try it that way. I'm not sure why you have so much trouble with computers.
It's amazing.
Eventually, when Kurgan gets older, he'll be sitting next to you going, "No, Dad, no, you're doing it." And he'll just get angry with you because,
All right, +1. Yeah, no. Nope. Oh, well.
Cool.
I don't know shit about this guy.
So I look at the Colburn. I said, maybe we should try to find out if any people had any close encounters with this thing. I mean, is it violent?
Are you still in the general store?
Yep.
Somebody just passing by goes, "Of course, Champ's not violent. Champ is the protector of the waterways." He wanders off.
Yeah.
Of the waterway.
I heard Champ is a furry alligator, says a little kid.
Does anybody know if there's been any new local industry being built around the lake?
You just asked the supermarket in general?
No.
Yeah, no. Everybody shakes their head no.
Okay.
Why, mister? Says a kid, maybe 14.
Well, I was thinking if somebody had started some new industry in the area that might be potentially polluting the lake or messing with the lake, it might cause Champ to start trying to protect the lake.
Yeah.
Ah. Everybody nods at the apparent wisdom of this statement. The kid heads out of the store. Lady says, "So, are you Champ tourists? We have
Yes.
Champ hats and T-shirts and stuff all next door at the Champ shop."
Next time.
Shop, nice. Yeah, we'll definitely have to hit that up.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And
Is there any fishermen that near around here that fish the lake that we know of?
oh, there's probably several. But if you're really wanting information on Champ, then you got to go to the expert.
And who's that?
That would be madly scrolling through a huge list of shit. Hold on a second. Where are you? Chunk. Robert Ball. He is the local Champ expert. I'll copy paste his name because spelling sucks.
And how do we find this gentleman?
He works at the harbor masters and stuff, but you know, fortunately the city always lets him take a little time out of his busy day to fill in tourists such as yourselves on the Champ. That's why you're here, yeah? Tourists?
Yeah. If you want to say that.
I did say that. Yeah. He works
Anything
for
else?
Berlin Port Authority.
Anything else you guys want to get in here?
Yes.
Cheers.
Do you have a Champ hat where it just looks like I'm wearing a sea monster hat?
Next door to Champ Shop.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Anything else here at the general store?
Is there like a small med kit?
Yes, you can buy a first aid kit here for $12. It's pretty extensive for $12. It's got bandages and even some aspirin, all kinds of useful stuff for being able to pull off the first aid skill. This is good thinking ahead for when one of you is laying there broken, bleeding. Have a card. There you go.
So I'll pick up one of those as well.
All right.
No problem. You pick up 2 first aid kits, and the first aid kits also have like kind of the artist's impression of what he thinks Champ should look like on them. But it does say first aid really big. Instead of a red cross, it's also a blue cross here for some reason.
Colorblind?
Mm.
Or not colorblind.
All right, and that costs 12 Sleestack dollars.
Here, yes, may cost different amounts in different places, but here, $12. Yeah, all the Sleestack stuff is a little bit weird. You notice that they're really into straws too here. Possibly because if they try to drink with their big flat mouths and no lips, it would just run all out the sides.
All right.
Would anybody like to buy some 3-fingered gloves? They have them suitable for Sleestack claws. Sleestack hats are usually missing the top circle so that their horn could stick out. Women Sleestack color their horns different colors, the way women today paint their nails.
Nice. Right. What do you think? Do you want to hit up the harbor first or head
Don't forget
to
your hat next door, says a lady who
Thank
looks
you.
like she's gotten way too much Sleestack or way too much Champ shit.
Appreciate that. We go next door.
You walk into Champ World. Anything you want that has Champ on it, you probably get it here. you want bumper stickers. There's like a sea monster hat where it comes out one side and then out the back, and then it's got a hole for your horn to stick out. You could probably buy a little champ statue to stick out the hole if you wanted to.
I want one of those, like, kind of where it just looks like it's the head of the champ.
Oh, all right, great. Yeah, except all of them have the hole in the top.
Yeah, that's fine. Understand.
They also have like a curtained off adult only area in the back.
Yep.
More merchandise where you can see just how depraved shit gets. Right, for $4 you can buy your sea monster hat.
Excellent.
Okay. Anybody else want anything while they're in here?
No, thank you.
Champ Slee Stack flip flops, Champ shirts. They also have shirts for more than 2 armed individuals.
Nice. Yeah, let's head back to the car.
Before we do that, can I buy myself a champ handkerchief or some little rag or some sort?
$2 later, you have a lovely pack of 3 champ handkerchiefs. They have a little champ embossed in the lower corner of each.
All right.
It's stylish, yet kitschy.
Yeah.
John, did you want to buy some champ merchandise?
No, thank you. I'm going to keep
problem.
Champ as a pet. I'm going to take Champ myself.
Mm-hmm. No problem. There are various signs up for a good picture of Champ for like $200 you can get from the local paper and stuff, for anybody taking a good picture of Champ. You guys head back out to your car. You notice like a small group of kids, maybe half a dozen of them, are hanging out talking and stuff in the parking lot with skateboards and stuff. And you really haven't lived till you've seen the adolescent Slee Stack on a skateboard. They look at you guys when you guys come out. Then again, a lot of people are staring at you because you're probably the only humans in town.
I'd probably wear my Slee Stack hat.
Yeah. I wonder how often Champ makes himself visible.
The kids move back so that you guys can get in your car and head out.
Can't be too often because they're offering money for pictures of it.
And keep in mind also, this is this technology level. They don't have cell phones, so not everybody's running around with a camera.
Okay.
How big is the lake?
You don't know. According to the atlas, though, that fortunately somebody in the party knows how to use, it is almost the size of one of the Great Lakes. It is fucking huge.
Okay, plenty of space to hide.
Mm-hmm. Lake Champlain is about 175 kilometers in length, up to 17 kilometers in width. According to the maps, in some places it mentions is like a little factoid that it's over 100 meters deep, and it has a surface area of 700 square kilometers.
Woo!
There are numerous remote forested islands, and according to the little factoids, the lake is believed to be the product of isolation of an inlet that occurred approximately 10,000 years ago.
Oh yeah, we're doing Loch Ness.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yep.
So there you go.
All right.
You guys get in the car and drive to where? You notice that for some reason you can't figure out, TomTom actually seems to know how to drive a car. I mean, he does drive like one of those old people and stuff, and all the other cars are speeding by and honking at him. Get out the road, stuff like that. Watching a Slee Stack try to flip you off, it's just kind of funny, actually, because they've only got the 3 claws, and they're like, yes, yeah.
Very cool. Let's see. All right, so we have, what's our list of locations? We have the lake. We have...
While you guys are driving, I'll be right back. Discuss your next plan.
Store. The councilman's house. And the harbor. Okay. They probably have a small public library here too.
Yeah, I gotta we don't know if it is Champ, if it's not Champ, it's something else, and somebody could have put something in here that evolved. If it's not Champ, I mean, if there's never been any reports of attacks or surviving attacks or.
All right. Okay, and
so where are you guys heading to?
all right. So just so you guys know, I've whipped up a small list of potential places we could go to try to gather information. We have already been to the general store on that list. Other potential places we can hit: the lake, obvious one. The corner, we can get that in a little bit. The councilman's home, the harbor, the library, if they have one, the local newspaper, if they have one, the local historical society, if they have one, then the police station as well, and then the workplace. By workplace, I mean find out where this Roberta and Claire worked, and then try to separate some of her coworkers, especially her female coworkers, and see if she potentially had a relationship with anyone outside of the relationship. Because it could potentially just be a fucking love gone wrong situation, body tossed into the lake.
True that.
Can you guys tell Tim has done these kind of investigations before?
I do it in real life.
There you go.
Bites missing.
So what I'm hearing is, Vincent, those are the locations. Did you write them down?
Yeah.
All right. Take the lead. Where should we go?
I say let's just go to the workplace to begin with.
We don't know where she worked yet.
Yeah, that's true. Question: how large were the bits missing out of
Limbs?
Which ones you're not sure yet? You haven't gotten that information.
Yeah, we don't know exactly what happened to the body yet.
All right.
However, I will give you this little tip. Hey, John, if you decide you're going to do some research and work in someone else's precinct, what is the common courtesy thing to do?
Well, we have to contact the other we just can't go to another precinct. So we have to contact somebody from there and say, hey, look, we're coming in. Can you give us some, we're looking for some information or shit like that.
Yep. So, Vincent, what you essentially want to do is you want to let the local police know that you have shown up and you're going to be looking around, because this does two things for them. They don't get phone calls from people going, there's some weird guy standing out here. Then the police will be like, oh, we know them. Don't worry about it.
All right.
The other thing, too, is about this place is, I remember, if we contact the police, don't they get weird about this shit? I don't know if you heard about that.
You know, the last mission we did, we were told to keep our presence super on the down low because there was a reason. It was some dignitary's family member missing, I think, and we wanted to keep that on the down low. I don't believe we got that same notification this time, though.
Okay. But we were together when that happened, right? Remember, just said that's certain shit you want to.
Yeah. We can always try to find a phone booth and call Henry up and double check with him to make sure, you know, if he wants us to contact locals or avoid them.
Fair enough.
Sir, I walk out of the general store and look around for a phone booth.
There's one.
Excellent. I walk into the phone booth. I look at the gigantic hole buttons for the sleeve stack fingers. And let's call Henry.
No problem. Fortunately, his name is on the PI license. Thank God, you think. You call him up, get through to, after going through a secretary and all that. He's like, Young.
Henry, this is your Australian contingent out in the Burlington doing the Lake Champlain research. Did you want to keep this on the down low that we're here? Can we talk to the local police? What's your preferred entry point for this one?
Always best to like if you have to make yourselves known to local police, then do it as PIs. But if you can avoid them, that's always better, just in case this has any scary stuff to it. I don't know if it does or not.
Got it. All right. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
You bet.
Hang up. Essentially, avoid them until we absolutely have to. And if it's real crazy, scary shit, try to keep that on the down low.
Well, usually reports is public knowledge. So, I mean, maybe we could say we're just like researchers for Champ, and we'd like to see if any reports have been come up.
Champ hat,
right? See? So I think that could, if you guys want to go that route, and maybe we can see a report.
Although, again, you are the only humans in this town.
Well, we're Champ enthusiasts. We've seen it on the, we travel all over. Isn't that right, Colbert? Vince?
That is correct. We literally travel all over.
So you guys want to do that and check the report? I mean, I wonder who found the body too, or this,
Good call. Yep.
Yeah, John will have a chance to
showcase. You're okay with that, John. We could have Vincent bounce questions off of me and you when he becomes stumped, but we could let the young Vincent begin his first investigation with two really good phone a friends if he needs help.
Yep. All right.
By the way, John and Tim, reduce your hands down a bit.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to do that now.
Anybody get reds? This is always a good question. I love that you're making this one of Vince's first in charge things, but definitely helping him out because it is his first investigation. By the way, you won't find in most games you will ever play actual investigations going on, Vince. So this is a rare thing for role-playing games.
All right. I like John's idea with finding who found the body.
So do we want to go to
like
Is there a local library here, or?
You guys go cruising around. It's better than just a library. It's a whole university here. They have a library. There's also a local library, a local historical society, and a local We Love Champ society. So A whole lot of shit. Although the We Love Champ Society, it looks like another tourist drop to you.
Of course it is.
But if somebody's going to travel hundreds of miles to come see the champ stuff, they kind of expect it.
All right.
Shit. What do I get rid of? Oh no.
You trade something to somebody else and then get rid of whatever, have them get rid of something.
Yeah. Tell you what, this is a pretty important card, John. Let me trade this over to you for something you consider junk. Especially while we're doing an investigation.
Let's see. Let me pull up my cards here real quick.
There you go. Figure out what you need to toss. All right.
You want me to toss it, right? One of my cards?
Yeah, you just toss whichever one you want.
All right. I think that might be our best bet, man, to check this reports out. I'd be your first lead anyway, find out who found the body.
So hit up the local PD.
Can't see why not.
All right.
Again, go in there as champ enthusiasts and see what kind of reports they had. And
sounds good.
Researchers / enthusiasts.
You good with that? There, Vince?
Done with card play.
There he is.
I was giving a chance for you guys to get done with card play. Here's a picture of, you guys didn't actually get out, you're just driving by it, the university. It's on the bottom middle-ish, and next to it is a picture of the waterfront, which is not nearly as seedy as one would have hoped.
Ooh, there's a Sleestack University.
Mm-hmm. You got to send all those young Sleestack off somewhere to get their little horns sharpened up.
Good deal. I like it. So let's see. All right. So Vince, me and Tom were talking, and if we go in as champ enthusiasts and tourists, we could ask the local PD for what they know about the situation. Some of the questions you might want to ask is like, who found them? What time of day was it?
Yeah.
Stuff like
usually they have like the person, they might have their name and address on the report and a phone number if they need to get in contact with that person again. So
you may also have to do what is known as the bribe.
I can bargain. Bargain man.
Awesome. That's great.
Yeah, keep in mind, you don't have much bargaining money. Basically, you each were given like 1 day of pay.
Yeah.
Plus whatever our money you had with you.
So is it off to the station we go?
Mm-hmm. Good with that, Vince?
Yeah.
You guys arrive at the Sleestack police station. You go in, and there's a guy behind the desk, and he looks at you and goes, something new every day here. How can I help you folks?
I look at Vince.
Oh, sorry. I walk over to the desk and I say that we're champ enthusiasts and we are wondering if we can get some information
about.
Oh, sorry. About who found the body, at what time, and exactly where.
What body?
Where's
I look at Vince, wide-eyed and excited.
where's her name? Roberta Eclair.
I love Chip. I love Chip.
You wrote it down.
I'm sorry, we don't discuss ongoing investigations with tourists. Sorry.
Yeah, but we also do research into things like that. We don't believe that Champ, and from what we heard happened, we don't think it could have been Champ. And he's such a good lure, and the people seem to love him around here. We would like to try to, clear him of that said it was Champ.
Sorry, folks. We don't discuss ongoing cases with tourists.
Well, do you have reports that are public knowledge, right?
Huh?
Aren't reports public knowledge?
No. He looks shocked.
I thought it was.
Huge black eyes. He says, maybe wherever you're from they are, he says, but here, no.
Wow.
Huh. Flea stack man keeping us down.
He says, he goes back to writing reports or whatever the fuck he's doing.
All right. No problem.
How about an archive?
He looks at your hat.
Do you have any older cases that were potentially related to Champ that were cleared? Old cases are free, right? Public knowledge.
No, he looks shocked. Listen, I don't know what sort of ghoulish interest you guys have, but if you want to find out about Champ, he gives you directions on and an address. Go there. They'll fill you in. You'll have everything you need right at your fingertips.
All right. Fair enough. Fair enough.
News media? Is there news media around here? Like television reports, stuff like that?
We have a bi-monthly newspaper.
Excellent.
How about the old newspaper from the day that happened? Got them floating around?
We don't keep them here at the station, if that's what you mean. This is a police station. We don't really deal with tourists in these things. If your car gets stolen, or if you accidentally break something and want to turn yourselves in, come back to me.
Take out my little notebook.
Mm-hmm.
Police station, not helpful.
He nods. He attempts to smile.
All right. All right. No worries. No worries, gentlemen. We have many other leads.
Shakes his head sadly.
Head back out to the car with the mouth flopping open and closed on the headpiece.
We love Chip. We love Chip. We love Chip.
You heard him muttering about ghoulish tourists as you guys left.
All right. We could hit the local newspaper. We
Or the
could...
mysterious address he gave you.
The what?
The mysterious address he gave you.
Oh, about where we can, yeah.
Wait, who gave us an address?
The guy to
For the
Henry?
about Champ, to find about Champ. No, the
harbor guy. No?
No,
got
the
the too.
yeah.
The cop gave you an address and said everything you would need would be at your fingertips.
Oh, he's taking us to the library. All right.
You have no idea.
Let's go to this address and see what happens.
That'll be a tourist attraction.
Please tell me it's the "You are now leaving Burlington" sign.
Nope. You're back at the store you bought your hat from.
Nice. What a dick. All right. Let's so we could hit up the harbor, the newspaper, or we could go straight to the councilman's home and talk to the councilman.
You have no idea where he lives.
They didn't give us the information on the lady that disappeared, where she lived.
Give me a memory roll.
Shit. Did he give us a fucking contact? Fuck.
Toby, your contact is Alex Kinley. Somewhere you have to find a drunken, greased-up Irishman and interrogate him.
Dear God. All right, I'll remember that if I ever see him again.
Mm-hmm.
What the contact we got from Henry? Dr. John Sinclair.
Oh, yeah. We're supposed to shit the corner. All right. Yeah, so the corner is supposed to be our first contact for this little town.
You see, Vince, even the guy who's done probably hundreds of these and shit can still put his penis in the pie at some point.
Warm apple pie.
So
That's
good.
right.
So good.
Mm-hmm.
Guess it's not called pecan or pecan pie or however you pronounce it. Pecan.
I've heard it pronounced both ways, sadly, and that's because we have Hicks and rednecks that say pecan pie.
Yeah.
So don't pronounce it like that, or people think you're a rube.
Second pronunciation.
Get good at it, otherwise people think you're simple.
So we're not going to pick up the pecker pie. We are going to go to the corner first, right?
Yes.
Yeah, let's do that.
To Dr. John Sinclair's office.
All right. You guys eventually find out where the coroner's office is and meet up with Dr. Sinclair. The smells coming out of there from slee stacks in various states of decomposition and stuff are enough to fucking churn your stomach.
Yeah.
And of course, he invites you in because he's got to work while you guys are talking to him because he's a little bit behind.
All
He only
right.
does part-time apparently. So everybody give me Sandy rolls versus either gross out or you can apply it towards slee stack. Either way, I'm good with.
Success.
1 point toward whichever of the two you would like.
Let's
Of course,
see.
more Sandy rolls may happen if
Tommy fumbled.
right. Fortunately, there's only D4 if you fail on this. Vince, 1 point you can either put toward gross out, which is super handy to get maxed out, or slee stack, which if you're in a whole world of these motherfuckers, also handy to get maxed out. Your choice.
What was it called? Gross out?
Gross out.
Yeah.
I'm going to expend that hero point card that I got.
Ooh.
For avoiding a D4 sand, I wouldn't if I was you, but it's up to you.
I was going to do it just for the can you re-roll the Saturday?
You could, but I wouldn't because D4 is a pretty mild loss. I would wait until I'm looking at like a D20 loss or something horrible.
No, I'm just saying just for sanity in general. I can't re-roll that at all.
You totally could. You could spend either hero points or cards if you want to re-roll it, but getting a fumble doesn't give you any worse sand loss than just failing it does.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough.
But yeah, so roll a D4 there, John.
Yeah, lovely.
You either get 4 points, you mark down your sand by 4 points and pick up 4 points toward either gross out or slee stack. Your choice.
Do we also do a D4?
No, since you made your sandy roll, it's only 1 point.
Okay.
Now, let me relate several facts, and I'll take any questions if you have them. That way it'll be simpler on me, says the doctor. He says, first off, there's been a string of 10 similar wash-ups, as we call them, of sectioned bodies from the lake over roughly the past year. Each has been discovered monthly. None of the bodies had been in the water more than a few days when it was discovered, and they all washed up to within a couple hundred meters north of the city docks.
Oh, city docks.
Actually, this may have happened a little longer ago. Let me check here. I'm rereading something. 2 days before body was discovered. Next morning. Yeah, it's only been about 4 days since Miss Sinclair was found. He says, next up, until the latest victim, all of them were men who defied positive identification. They're all poorly dressed. They showed signs of having engaged in manual labor. I suspect there are itinerants of one description or another. 2 of the bodies we suspect to be Jean Lucent and James Desante, but we're not positive on that since they were missing their heads. Those individuals are barge workers. On passing boats, they didn't return after a night's liberty. The police questioned their employers. Both men were known to enjoy a good drink, no known enemies in Burlington, and didn't know each other. Each of these men were among the first of the so-called wash-ups. So since they're decapitated, we couldn't positively identify them. I've kept photographs of the various bodies, and I still have Mrs. Eclair's body. Would you like to see it?
I got a question for you. So all these, how these body parts missing, is it from, or do they look the same? How they came apart? Teeth marks, or are there teeth marks, or?
Roughly, the bodies, something large seems to have bitten them. It's definitely not the work of like fish or something like that. No.
Certainly not like a fish. So what do you consider Champ?
A mythological monster that the town's been making money on for quite some time.
How long have you been here?
About 20 years.
And have you ever seen or heard anything about Champ?
Oh, no, of course not. I don't think he's real.
Why not?
We live in modern times, he says, moving his claws wide apart. Things like sea monsters and stuff just don't happen.
I look shocked and horrified that he was saying such a thing.
So sometimes when attacks like this happen, a creature's maybe tooth comes out or something like that. By any chance did something protrude from this come out of the creature?
Giving you a card? No, that's pretty much all the what I could find on the body. Like I said, here, let me show you one here. He goes over and pulls out a drawer, flips back the sheet. Everybody give me new Sandy rolls as Mrs. Eclair's dead, naked, Sleestack body. What's left of it is on thing. If you make it, it's 1 point toward either gross out or Sleestack. If you fail it, roll a d4. God damn, Vincent has a high sanity. And it's staying high, too. So everybody loses 1 point. So, Vincent, just so you know, your sanity would be now 78.
Yeah.
The little ball thing moves down as you go crazier and crazier. Also, make a note there, Vince, to work out with your dad. Ask him what some good insanities would be in the future for you to pick up. It's a good thing to start planning now.
Yeah, I don't think I have any insanities. No.
You currently have no mandatory insanities, but the reason it's a good idea to like plan them now is in case you ever get some, then you already have it planned and you can experiment with it as a quirk, which is like just something you're role playing that you don't have to be crazy with to see if it works for your character or not.
All right.
Guys, eventually you may get down there.